guys, welcome back to my channel. I just finished watching episode 4 of Hawkeye. My reaction will be under my YouTube memberships. If you are new here and you do not know what that is, it is special perks for members only, and I've got 2 levels of memberships over there. Level 1 is for $2.99 and you get priority replies from me, special polls and live streams. Level 2 is for $4.99 and you get everything level 1 has, plus you get all of my reactions to all the shows I watch, any movies I watch, and all of my uncut try not to laughs. So make sure you go and check that out. Now, I've decided to try to finish Hawkeye before getting back to Echo. I thought I watched Echo. I thought I watched the first and second episode, but I only watched the first episode of Echo. Watching the rest of it is not going to take me long. I may do 2 episodes the next 2 days each, so that way I can finish it. But this episode of Hawkeye, episode 4, got really interesting at the end. So if I hadn't made it clear before, I can't stand Jack. Jack irritates me. I can't stand his face. I know he's up to no good. And clearly later on we find out that he's actually the CEO of, I think it was, what is it, Strauss or something like that. Which, yeah, the tracksuit guys is part of, right? Anyway. So, in the last episode, I had assumed that Jack stopped him because, so Kate and Clint went to her mom's house to hack into her security system to try to figure out all the stuff that's going on. Jack stopped Clint with his own Ronin sword. And I don't think that Clint realized it at that time, nor did I think that Jack, at first I thought that Jack knew who he stopped, but apparently he didn't, or maybe he did, I don't know. But anyway, so this episode started right there, and Kate's mom came out of nowhere and was like, why do I have an Avenger in my house? Like, she was totally confused and thrown off. Jack was just like, oh shoot, it's an Avenger. But I feel like, I don't know, because I can't stand him, I could be, I don't know, maybe I'm being biased, but I feel like part of him knows who he is. Maybe he didn't, but whatever. So anyway, they're all sitting around, and Kate is trying to figure out, now she kind of irritated me in this episode. So she's basically letting her mom know that they are trying to figure out, they're partners, but they're not. And it's so funny because she wants to be his partner so bad. Kate wants to be Clint's partner so bad. And Clinton's like, yeah, no, we're not partners. We're not working on anything together. But they are. So long story short with that, Clint leaves, and on his way out, Kate's mom was basically telling him, like, I don't want my daughter to get hurt, so you need to forget about whatever y'all working on. And he's just like, I can't quite do that, but I can assure that your daughter will stay safe. So when she went back, Kate's kind of like watching her mom interact with Jack, and she's kind of smiling because she's never seen her mom dancing and smiling, and she's all giddy, and she sees how happy she is and everything. And he says something along the lines of being with family is better than being alone on the holidays or something like that. So she ends up going to she ends up going back to her aunt's house where Clint is staying at. She brings pizza, decorations, a tree. She wants to make him feel at home because he can't go home yet. And so they're trying to figure out, that's when he tells her Jack's position in all of this. So now they got to figure out a plan to take them down. And this is where, and I knew it. I had a feeling that she was going to figure out that he was Ronin. And this part of this episode got me a little bit emotional. I was not prepared. So he also ends up telling her what his story is, why this particular situation is just hard for him to talk about. And he ends up talking about Natasha, Black Widow, and how he was sent to take her out and he couldn't do it. That was his best friend, but she wanted out anyway. And I was like every time I see that part, I get teary-eyed. I tear up every single time. And this episode was no different because at that point, Kate really felt for him and he expressed how he felt. He's clearly still very hurt about it. He let her know that he lost his family in the blip, and she ends up leaving, and he's just sitting here kind of having flashbacks. And one of the flashbacks was when he was holding on to Natasha, and she was like, "It's okay." And it gets me emotional every time I see that scene. And I was sitting here literally fighting back tears. Y'all gotta see my reaction. Y'all gotta go over and see my reaction. But I was just like, my heart. My heart. So then anyway, he, fast forward. So he's going after this watch. They end up finding out where the watch is. Now, there is a part in this episode where her mom makes a phone call. Kate's mom makes a phone call to someone after she walks Clint out. And she says, "Hey, it's Eleanor. I need to talk to you." She either said it's an emergency, it's serious, or something like that. So in my mind, I'm like, I've had this little inkling that Kate's mom is not really who I think she is. And my antennas went up when I saw her make that phone call. And I was like, who was she talking to? And then she makes it her business to sit there and have a conversation. Well, stand there and have a conversation with Clint and brings up Natasha. So she's like, basically letting him know, like, I know you lost her or whatever, almost as if she knows how deep their friendship went or what happened or something like that. I don't know. Because then after that, she made this phone call. And then later on in the episode, it made me wonder if she made a call for somebody to come after him. So Kate and Clint go off to the location where the watch is, because the watch is still going off or sending a signal apparently. So they end up going to this apartment that ends up being Maya's apartment. Long story short with that, Maya ends up coming into the apartment. Kate is the one that went in there, and this is the part where it really irritated me, because Kate was being so hard-headed when he was telling her to stay put and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is the first episode where she really irritated me. Like, she was so hard-headed in this episode. And she ended up getting into a fight with Maya while he's getting into a fight with somebody on the roof while he's looking out. And whoever that is throwing like these red beams or these red things. And I'm like, who the hell is it? Because clearly she's also hitting Maya when Maya and Kate end up on the roof. And I'm like, who the heck is this person? And it's a chick, obviously. Her mask ends up getting taken off, and it is Black Widow's sister. What is her name? Yelena. I'm like, what? I was completely thrown off. Then, in my mind, as I was watching, I'm just like, how would she know where he is? And why would she be attacking him? So I'm wondering if Kate's mom has connections to someone, or a direct connection to Yelena, and set Yelena to go try to take out Clint because of her daughter. I don't know. I am drawing my own conclusions here, y'all, but she got away. She left, and Clint and Kate are on this roof. And she's getting all teary-eyed, and she's like, you're not doing this alone. And he's like, look, things just got real, basically. Like, they just sent a Black Widow assassin to come get me. Like, I'm not letting anything happen to you. So he sent her home. He tried to send her home before, and she just came back on the roof, and she refuses to let him fight alone. And, you know, it's sad because he's trying to get home, but he can't leave without, you know, without, I guess, just kind of righting the wrongs of Ronin before he goes home. And he's keeping his wife in the loop, but his son, I mean, his kids, his sons and daughter, you know, they're obviously disappointed. It's Christmas time, and it's just, it's sad because he wants to be home, and Kate is trying really hard to make him feel cheery as much as possible, considering that he's away from home and away from his kids. And I think in this episode she understood how deep that was, you know, when he was telling her how he lost his family in the blip and things like that. And so I think part of her wants to make sure that he gets home, and that's why she wants to help him so bad. But now things got so real, and it's going to be really interesting because now there's a lot going on. There's Maya, there's her boss, which I can only assume is Kingpin. There's Kate's mom that I have got a question mark over. There's this dude Jack, who is apparently a CEO of the company that's, you know, intertwined with the tracksuit dudes. And now there's the assassin, Yelena. So there's a lot going on in this episode. So I definitely want to finish this so I can get into Echo. But this has gotten really interesting for me. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed my review for episode 4 of Hawkeye. I will try to finish both this week. I'm going to try to do my best to at least do 2 episodes of Echo. Let's see. I've got 4 episodes to go of Echo. I've got 2 episodes left of Hawkeye. So what I'm going to try to do tomorrow is finish Hawkeye. I want to finish it because I want to hurry up and jump into Echo, and I want to finish that. I don't want too much time to go on without me finishing Echo. But I need to finish Hawkeye now because I need to understand where this goes, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to help me understand Echo a little bit more. I just have to finish Hawkeye. I have to. And I can't wait to see where all of this goes after this episode. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Leave your comments down below. Let me know how you guys enjoyed episode 4 of Hawkeye and the introduction to Yelena again, and everything that's going on now. And, you know, do you guys see? We're going to have to see what happens. Just let me know how you guys enjoyed episode 4, if you enjoyed my review. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!